Anime has long been a huge source of inspiration for video games, from Metal Gear Solid to Final Fantasy and even Dragon Quest. Seeing those timeless concepts and themes enshrined by classic Japanese animation appear in adjacent mediums is a beautiful thing, especially when it comes to gaming. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at a game that wears its passion for anime proudly, as well as the litany of classic anime films and series that have inspired it. Warning, some spoilers ahead. Warframe is a game made by developers that clearly love anime. In fact, it often feels like you're playing one. In Warframe, you are the Tenno, a race of superpowered war orphans who must pilot an arsenal of highly mobile, stylish armor that pack a serious punch, the titular Warframes, in an epic dark sci-fi storyline with enough dramatic twists and turns to rival an episode of Code Geass. The combat is lightning fast and highly acrobatic, and once you master each Warframe's unique abilities, you'll be able to wield immense powers that would rival the sturdiest of shonen protagonists. There are even Warframes and cosmetics that pay homage to classic anime, along with an endless array of customization options that let you craft your own signature look. Want to channel your inner Sailor Moon? Yoreli's got you covered. For anime enthusiasts, Warframe is a must-play, and it's entirely free. The next chapter of Warframe begins in its new cinematic update, The Old Peace, launching this December. Sign up and join more than 85 million registered players in Warframe today on all platforms, including PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and iOS, with Android coming soon. Guyver series. When it comes to the incorporation of living armor that blends the organic and the machine, which can cause radical destruction, might we add, all roads lead back to Guyver. Sitting somewhere between gruesome horrorfest and superhero splendor, the bio-boosted armor OVAs follow an average Joe who finds himself imbued with the titular alien attire and uses it to erase an invading horde of extraterrestrial threats. The design and movement, the spectacle, you can see how Guyver had a huge impact on Warframe's arsenal of attire, especially when it comes to hitting that sweet spot between looking uncannily epic and busting out absurdly awesome damage with interstellar armaments. While the Tenno have a much wider catalog of armor they can equip, the focus on having it be both otherworldly and badass in equal measure mirrors what the original Guyver was striving for. Who knows, maybe one day Warframe will get its own live-action adaptation like Guyver did with Dark Hero, only maybe not so cheesy. If you want to feel the thrill of unleashing your own version of the Mega Smasher, we recommend giving the likes of Zephyr the whirl. Classic 90s anime films. Anime has continued to serve as an inspiration for Warframe throughout its numerous expansions, including that of its latest outing, Warframe 1999. Set in an alternative timeline, 1999 focuses less on the grandeur of facing off against fleets of sentients and rather on the exploits of a group of proto-frames trying to hold their own against the encroaching threats of the Techrots. Both narratively and aesthetically, there's a great emphasis placed on seeing both the man and machine at play, either in harmony or in direct conflict with one another. What better anime to draw inspiration from in that regard than the likes of Ghost in the Shell, the flick that approached questions about humanity and one's sense of self just as much as it did blood-splattering action, all set in a futuristic, despoiled cityscape. You can see how elements from one of anime's all-time greats were baked into this expansion's bones.
There are countless ingredients that make up the human body and mind, like all the components that make up me as an individual with my own personality. Sure, I have a face and voice to distinguish myself from others, but my thoughts and memories are unique only to me, and I carry a sense of my own destiny. Each of those things are just a small part of it. I collect information to use in my own way. All of that blends to create a mixture that forms me and gives rise to my conscience.
This extends further when you look at The Hex, the animated short heralding Warframe 1999's release, giving glimpses of the proto-frames that players would encounter.
Clean up. Same thing tomorrow.
The art design echoes both the aesthetic and the sentiment of other great anime flicks such as Jin-Roh the Wolf Brigade and Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
Taking on a vampire at night is a mission for morons and fools. Which are you?
Warframe's very own creative director Rebecca Ford and the animated short director Venla Lina would offer an even deeper cut with Magnetic Rose, one part of the sci-fi anime anthology feature Memories. The crisp, beautiful, and haunting visuals are a clear template for the animated shorts, while its dark subject matters can also be seen bleeding into the rest of Warframe's twisting narrative. Knights of Sidonia. One of the central anime inspirations that helped form Warframe's foundation, creator Steve Sinclair has gone on record to discuss how Knights of Sidonia had a hand in conjuring up the nightmarish sci-fi reality that the Tenno now inhabits. Monsters from beyond the stars, the corruption and evils of sentient beings, the innocent forced into combat in all-powerful mecha suits, all the elements that make Warframe's ongoing story feel so expansive and lived in. Sidonia's influence can truly be felt in one of Warframe's story quests, the Jordas Precept. Which sees the Tenno infiltrate a colossal corpus ship that has since become overtaken by the Infestation. The entire setup mirrors that of Sidonia's overarching plot, with the remnants of humanity fighting the parasitic aliens known as the Gauna. A Jordas Golem might be a tad smaller than facing down planet-busting eldritch horrors, but the sentiment is the same, and certainly made for a fun time playing Exterminator.
Tenno, it senses you are of light flesh. It is confused. Why do you defile us?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. This sci-fi gem has inspired a plethora of games since its release, combining the raucous fun of seeing giant robots punch the stuffing out of aliens, whilst also interweaving it with some seriously unsettling subject matters in regards to philosophy, faith, and the human condition. It's an exquisite yet bleak canvas that Warframe has since managed to channel whilst carving out their own mythos. While obviously not as large in scale as an Ava unit, a Warframe is, at its core, a bioengineered suit that is piloted by children now fighting against their former masters.
We were just kids, but they were afraid of what we could do. When they tried to treat us like rats, I stood up to them. I wasn't going to let them divide us after what we've been through.
They can also unleash utter devastation in their wake. Let's just say you wouldn't want to take on the full force of the Ava Unit 2 or Atlas. If you want to explore the other dark and twisted parallels the game has to Evangelion, you're gonna have to dive in and experience the story for yourself. So hurry up, Tenno, and get in the Warframe.
始まったな。ああ、全てはこれからだ。
Are you an avid anime connoisseur looking for a game that will let you and your friends live out your craziest superpowered sci-fi adventures? If so, be sure to check out Warframe for yourself. Warframe's next big update, The Old Peace, launches this December. You can check out Warframe for free on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and iOS. With Android coming soon, sign up at Warframe.com.
Seek to meet me by and by on that for sure forlorn.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.